My professor claimed the record for his hardest assignment was 13 lines of code, so I decided to do it in 0. This guy was a tenured legend who worked on early AMD chips. He was so old school that in 2009, he still forced us to turn in our assignments on 3.5-inch floppy disks. You had to scrounge through thrift stores just to find a working drive. He had a multi-year contest for a specific assembly code assignment. The goal was to write a memory tester using the fewest lines of code possible. Most students needed 100 lines. The genius record, held by a student from years ago, was 13. I spent weeks studying how the processor actually handled memory under the hood. I realized the computer didn't really care if it was reading a command or just raw data, it would execute whatever you pointed it at. Then, I found the loophole in the professor's own syllabus. He listed 3 specific things that did not count as a line of code: start, end, and DCB. DCB stands for Declare Constant Block. It's just a place to store raw data, like the digits of pi. I wrote the entire program, converted it into raw binary machine code, and pasted that entire block of numbers into the DCB section. Since the professor said DCB wasn't code, my official line count was a big fat 0. I kept my mouth shut until the deadline passed so he couldn't change the rules. When I finally turned it in, the professor was in total shock. He tried to tell me it was impossible, but when he ran the disk, it worked perfectly. He actually yelled, "That's cheating." I just pointed at the syllabus and reminded him of his own words, "No rules, get creative." He eventually admitted I won the contest, but a week later, he officially changed the rules and revoked my victory. He was a sore loser, but it didn't matter. The whole department knew I'd hacked the system, and that was better than any trophy. Was I a genius, or did I just find a glitch in the simulation?